day traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1235th installment of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni, and of course that would be me. Good evening, traders. This video is coming to you on a Monday night for trading Tuesday, October 14th, 2014. A lot of stuff on the board, major volatility going crazy, but as we know, futures trading can be and is extremely risky, can cause substantial financial loss. Always trade with a stop. Know that a stop can be your best friend. They don't always work, but in most cases, a stop will be there to get you out when you freeze and don't do what you should do, which is get out. So put your stops in. Traders, a lot of volatility. You've seen it, but as I said to you traders last week around Wednesday afternoon, Omni seems to be getting in tune. We started off the week last week a little bit rough and tumble. By the end of the week, Omni started to go crazy, and by now, how about the amount of points Omni has dug out for us, huh? You're gonna need an 18-wheeler to bring these points home if it keeps up. Go Omni. Now, we all know it doesn't always win, but it is in tune with these markets right now. So, hey, rock and roll. Thank you, Omni. Let's keep it up. Traders, if you want to join in the fun, Omni has really been throwing some good trades at us. Come to livewithoscar.com. Come hang out with me in my free chat room. I will be there every day and every night to help you get through these rough and tumble markets. I am there to help you. Come on down. It's free. All right, so we've got the red Omni on the board. We've got a red Omni for ES and NQ. But I will say, traders, there's this really secret word of the day on the board. There's a word of the day on the board. Can you figure out what that word is, OmniX? There's a word on the board. It's secretive. I'm not sure if you'll find it, but if you recognize the word, give yourselves a star and follow the advice in that word. And here's why. I think there's a possibility, do not fall in love with the downside, at least not yet, because there's a possibility that we are going to start to move up on something called chart masterpiece very soon. So, on the board, stock market is repricing, not crashing, traders. The dollar got a little too far ahead of itself. Currencies got hit really hard. The stock market really went into just a spiral up. And for a little bit, everything got a little bit stretched. We are repricing, and then we will just continue back up. This is not the beginning of 2008 all over again. And if you ask me, this is a bridge. Bridge of what? QE is ending. QE in Europe's going to start. Yelen's going to pass the ball. She's going to hand off the ball to Dragon, as I like to call him. Dragon's going to start QE. This looks like the pullback before the European QE. I think there's nothing more than a pullback. Anyway, we are not crashing according to the charts yet. I am not saying that the weeklies are looking happy even slightly, because the weeklies are not looking happy, but that could change. Do not fall in love with the downside yet. And I have a chart masterpiece. Traders, I've got this really strange way about me. Sometimes I'll sit in front of a screen and I'll look at a chart and it'll speak to me in some weird way. Something will just, maybe. Does anybody remember the 70s, maybe even into the 80s? We had these things called stereos, and when you stared at this picture long enough, your eyes sort of crossed and it got into focus, and suddenly you could see what was in that picture clear as day before your eyes, but you couldn't see it till you got into the stereo. Well, I do that with charts. I was always good at those stereos. I used to always pick those pictures out. I do that with charts, and I got to say, every now and then, something very amazing pops off the chart, and I always show you when I find these wacky formations, right? I've got a wacky formation to show you. I'm going to call Chart Masterpiece. For you traders out there that are putting on a long-term position and trying to get long into this dip, Chart Masterpiece may help you out. We'll see. Traders, again, come to livewithoscar.com. Come into my free chat room. Allow me to help you read the charts like I'm about to show you in this chart segment. With no further ado, let's go look at the charts. Okay, traders, I know I had that little tricky game for you before, that little quiz, right? Could you figure out what was on the board? What was the word of the day? Well, this is a really in-depth video tonight. I'm going to quiz you again on something else. Are you ready? One of these shapes is not like the others. One of these shapes just doesn't belong. Can you guess which shape is different? Now, traders, see if you can follow. I know this is a little difficult, but see if you can follow me on this. This is a circle. It gets down between the average and it stops at that trend line right there. Another circle, right? This one, what do you think this is called?
A circle.
Just spit it out if you know the answers. Come on, guys, it's easy, I know. What's this one called?
A circle.
And how about this one?
Circle.
What's that one called?
Circle.
And what about this one?
A rectangle.
It's different, isn't it? Oh my goodness, I knew you guys would get this. Let's see if we can keep going. It's not so bad, right? Another test for us. Traders, what is that?
Circle.
How about this one?
Circle.
That one?
Circle.
How about this?
Rectangle.
It's not the same. So, you see something going on here, right? Now look at these trend lines. We fell out. That's the weekly. I'm not in love with that slip, I'll tell you that much. Then we do it again. Look what happens by the average. All the circles. Do you spot anything different, guys?
The rectangle.
Yeah, once again, there's a crazy rectangle. It won't fit in that hole. I keep trying. I can't get it in. That's what I see different than lately. That's interesting, right? We held, and look. So that's coming off a bit. That's not healthy. Then we've got the dailies. Let's switch to the dailies. Traders, in the NASDAQ, we got to kind of hold right here. Why? Because we rallied and we pulled back. Then we rallied and we're pulling back. You got to kind of hold the line back here. You know what I'm saying? You can't really pull back much further. So believe it or not, this is a slightly bullish chart right there. If, and I'll say if, we can hold this area, slightly bullish chart. So that's one look. Then you got the S&P. The S&P went up, it came down, it went up, it came down. It took out this low. So here's your S&P on a daily bar. Let's stretch it back a little further. Look at this one. If we come down and take this out, traders, I think then we've got a little bit of a problem. Coming down here, running some stops under this, you know what? That's fair game in a big booming bull market that's taking a breather. Getting below this, that wouldn't be good. So, you know, this is at a very important juncture right now. We kind of need to start to find some legs in the S&P and in the stock market itself. Then you've got the NASDAQ. Do I have anything positive? Yes, a little bit. Look at this. NASDAQ on the weekly, I had no reason to draw a rectangle here. We stayed inside the line. So that's slightly positive. And then there is chart masterpiece. Traders, just take a moment to absorb this, okay? This is a very, very interesting chart. Let me just show you what it is. Look at this. I sit and I stare at this stuff forever, and every now and then something just jumps up at me, and this did, and if you follow me on this, we had this little teeny up day, and then it came down with a little bit of a swoon, and it made this little, I don't know what to call it, I guess some sort of a flag, turned around, put in this flag, rallied up, topped, came down, put in this little bit of a flag. If you'll note, there's this little thing right here too. Came down with a vengeance on this day, and that was its low day. Done. Now we come here. We have this little top out day. We come down with this quick day down, like this quick day down. We put this round thing in, just like we did here. We head back up. We put the flag in. We go up. We put that little crazy umbrella thing in right there. And then we come darting down, we make this little flag like we did here, and we race down. This could very well be the market about to find legs. I know this might look crazy to you traders. I spend hours upon hours looking at this. Let me blow this up for you now. Well, I'm not going to blow it up. I'm actually going to zoom out better. This formation, if you believe that this and this are the same, then let me show you something. Right before this formation started, you had a nice up channel, and before that up channel, you had this crazy looking move right here. So before this move started, you had this up channel and this crazy looking move right here. I mean, come on, that's something, right? Look at that. This is my argument for why we may actually find legs here. Now, I am not calling for a bottom based on that formation yet. What I'm telling you is OMNI is bearish for the onset of trading on Tuesday. This is my argument for why it may actually find some legs. Maybe we'll get stopped out. I don't know. We're going to stay with OMNI. But this chart I find very, very interesting. That is my chart masterpiece for this evening. Pull your own charts. Do your own homework. See if you can spot the same formation. So, traders, you've seen the charts, and let me say for my audience, a round of applause for you guys out there. You're pretty sharp. I couldn't believe you got all those squares and circles right, the rectangles, everything. You know what? Did you figure out what the word of the day was?
Nimble!
Oh my God! Look at these guys. You're the smartest audience I've ever had. You guys are the best. What a crowd I have here. All right, so you see how educated they've become in just one video? If you showed up here, you'd be that educated too. You could find the word nimble on my board just like that if you showed up here. Anyway, so nimble, 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 nimble. Be nimble with these short trades from this point forward just in case that crazy formation works out. Barring that, we're selling rallies, of course, for now. We'll see if that changes. Traders, if you like the analysis Omni has been putting out lately and the great trades I've been sending out, come on down to livewithoscar.com. Come take part. Even better, I have an open OmniCamp. I was going to offer you guys something else, but you know what? Here, let me shove that. I have one OmniCamp seat left. If any of you like the action that you've seen and you want to learn how to do that, you let me know. Contact me. Come to livewithoscar.com. Click the OmniCamp banner. Fill out your application. I will personally call you and qualify you for the final seat remaining at OmniCamp. I have one open seat. OmniCamp is a 4-day training session held live here in Las Vegas with me. This session will start November 7th through the 10th. I have not qualified a 5th person to take the 5th seat. If you would like to qualify, here's what I want from you. I want somebody who's got ambition, who really wants to try to do well in this business and doesn't know too much. I want someone that doesn't know a lot about charting. He doesn't have a method. He doesn't have a technique. He doesn't follow a certain anything. I want a clean slate. If you're a clean slate, I kid you not, I can absolutely work wonders with you. You should take that last OmniCamp seat. Call me, 702-629-4755, or come to livewithoscar.com and see if you can grab that seat. If you've witnessed what's going on and you don't want to learn how to do that, cuckoo. That's all I can say. All right, so, traders, let me get out of here. Let me go back to work. I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders, and I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.